Find your why. Find the reason. Find a reason to be motivated. Not disciplined, but to be motivated sometimes. To continue. Let's just take one more step. Find that small reason. It's so easy to become very unmotivated, not disciplined, and lose sight of why you're doing this, why you're here, the whole purpose of all of this. It's so easy to lose track of it. And I think when we feel that lack of purpose, when we feel that lack of yearning, desire, completion, purpose, like there's no other word, we begin to not give our best work. And I'm guilty of that. I think it's so hard to continue to work for something that we don't even know and find purpose within ourselves, and then find purpose in what we do, to then do it to our best ability. I think we always need a goal. We always need a goal and a timeline and a deadline to feel that pressure to actually perform. I know I do. Because when it feels like you are just aimlessly doing something to do it for the sake of doing something, it feels redundant. It feels methodical or not important. And I think when we get in that headspace of, what is the purpose of all this? Why am I doing this? I don't even want to do it. That is when our behavior begins to reflect our actions, or our thoughts, I should say. Our behaviors begin to reflect our thoughts. Because when we think we aren't doing something beneficial, that'll make progress, that has deep significance, then we see it in our head as doing something that's pointless. And we feel like we're doing something that's pointless, that's redundant, that's so boring, then we don't want to do it. And when we are put to the task of doing it, there's that resistance in our head to say, why am I doing this when this doesn't even matter? Why should I even be doing this? But that's when you have to relook at the bigger picture, that this is just a sign, this is just a lesson, this is just an opportunity to do it in spite. Do it in spite of not wanting to do it. Do it in spite of your brain saying, this is so boring, why am I doing this? To doing the actually opposite of, I can't do this, I will do this. I have the opportunity to do this. I get to do this. I don't have to, I get to. And it's hard. It's hard to want to do something, especially when you're not motivated, and especially when you don't feel disciplined. But even when you show up and you don't give it your all, even when you show up for just a little bit, I think it's genuinely better than nothing at all. Recently, I've been in such a big rut of doing my research. Like, I've still done my hours. Like, I've caught up like on the weekends. I've done extra work besides like work and so forth. And it's just been extra hard for me lately, and I couldn't tell you why. And I feel like I'm doing important things. And at the same time, it's like, I know I am. I just don't feel like I am. And I think that intrinsic motivation, discipline, is where it comes in. That I feel like you do have to dangle a carrot so far in front of you to complete something. I know I'm starting to learn that I need to give myself an incentive to do things, because if I don't, then I just feel like I'm doing something just lackadaisically. And I think this is a really good opportunity for me to find ways to motivate myself. That's besides grades and besides money. Because I think at the end of the day, you have to find your why. You have to find your significance. You have to find your strength into being able to do hard things. Like, I'm really realizing that, like, I have to have that little goal that I can complete. Do not get me wrong, I love to do things long term, and I can do things long term. I just need that little incremental goal to be able to work towards, to set it for myself. And I think being able to have the experience of doing computational work for an internship rather than a wet lab has really taught me the importance of setting goals for myself, I think, like, and finding my why and finding a why. Because I think I've just been very burnout of trying to create things that I don't even know that I'm creating, and it's just like, But I think big picture, it's really teaching me to find and make goals from nothing. Find a way to make a goal that no one else sets out, that no one else says that you need to complete, but rather creating it for yourself. I just thought of that, I'm not even gonna lie. And it all starts in from that intrinsic desire, motivation. And I think when you don't have support necessarily, and I have support, I'm not saying that, I do have support, I have great support. I'm just saying when you don't have that support, it's hard to find ways to support yourself in your journey of finding a goal, making a goal, building your goal, and achieving your goal. And I think when you have so many roadblocks, you have to take so many detours that you don't even know where you're going. But then it's like, where am I going? Is this where I really, truly want to go? And then it's like, maybe not. I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot to think about, it's a lot to feel, it's a lot to try to even wrap your head around all of it. But it just takes time, and it just takes effort, and it takes reflection. Lots and lots of reflection. So, I want to leave you with this. When you feel lost, when you feel like you are doing something for the most pointless reason of it all, find your why. Find something that motivates you at the end of the day to complete it. To complete your task, to complete your job, to complete whatever you need to do. Because you know the tasks needs to be done. Regardless if you think if it's important or not. It needs to get done. Whether it's you go you take yourself out for dinner. You buy yourself a small piece of candy. I fill in the blank. Sometimes you have to dangle the carrot out in front of you to get some stuff done. I'm not saying that it has to be some grandiose thing. Maybe it could literally just, you go window shopping. You take a rest day and you go to the mall. Something small like that. Because you have to find ways in your life that feel like life is worth living. Because when you feel like what you're doing is not worth it, when you feel like something that you're investing your precious time into is not worth it, find things that you do think are worth it. And the only way that you will be able to do those fun things is by getting the work done. I know, bummer. But you've got this. I know you can do it. Keep with it. It might not be the hardest thing that you've ever done. It might not be the easiest thing that you've ever done. It might not even be the most wild, groundbreaking thing that you've ever done in your life. But these small things in your current life right now are teaching you something for future you. So trust and find your why. Food for thought.